face. He's like,
yeah. Well, you know, he's beginning to feel it where he's like, oh, I can actually win. You know, he's getting those jitters possibly. We were saying how Impact just had to not get crushed in the first game, but he actually crushed Maru in that game. So I'm really excited to see what he can do here on these different maps. Of course, that one was his map choice. We're about to go into Coda, which Maru should be pretty comfortable on.
yeah. Looks like we're going to jump into it right away here. Maru versus Impact, game number 2 here on Coda.
Maru, 조성준 vs SK텔레콤 T1 Impact, 김준혁.
Down here in the bottom right in the red, everybody's favorite cute Terran, it is Maru. Maybe not everybody's, but
most people. He's my favorite cute Terran.
yeah.
And up here at the top left in purple, it's Impact.
We don't get to see their faces this time.
Yeah, not sure why.
Yeah. Usually it's because someone's going for something early, but nothing like that. It's the weekend after his test. Maru's coming out. It equals satisfaction.
Yeah.
This guy can get some.
He's getting that satisfaction, man. He just tried, and got it, man. So I just tweeted out a link to the Azubu stream. I know the issue with the Twitch stream is it's accidentally, there's some technical issue where it's like locked into subscriber-only mode. It's not intentional, from what I've been told. So check out the Azubu stream for now. If you're, I guess tell your friends, because if you're hearing me say this, you probably already know how to get there, or you're a subscriber. Which, hey, I do encourage people to subscribe, and I do encourage people to spam the SPLKT Wolf emoticon in many Twitch chats. But
yeah, if you only if you want, don't feel pressured by Wolf.
Because it is possibly the best emoticon on Twitch right now. But
better than Kappa Pride.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's topical, sure. But is it the best? Are people really going to remember that in like 2-3 weeks from now? SPLKT Wolf is forever. But only for subscribers. So,
yeah, that's the one catch.
There's a lot of people actually been messaging me to shout this channel out again. I haven't done it in a while. If you guys are IRC users, there is a chat, #GSL, which has now become a chat where people discuss all sorts of tournaments, not just the GSL. They stay up late and stuff. And I know that a lot of these chats in the Korean scene right now are subscriber only. But you can definitely go to IRC if you're an IRC person. If you're a nerd like me, loves IRC, you can go chat with those people, because nobody should have to watch StarCraft late at night alone. His girlfriend,
in quotes,
he's waiting for the Napchi. I don't know what that is. I actually don't know. Maybe that's the abduction. He's waiting to abduct her. He's being very polite about the abduction.
Yeah.
Someone call the police.
Well, we got a Reaper build here from Maru. He's going to get the scout down. The build from Impact is a bit safer this time. He goes pool first into a hatch, and then does get a later gas. So it seems like he's not going to go any kind of gasless style. I like it. Just going to play it a bit safer here.
Yeah.
Game number 2.
Reaper pops down here. Checking out that hatch. Like, whoa, you're pretty late.
Look at that Queen. Where is she going?
Wow, he's actually going triple Reaper here. Like, looking like Flash in there.
Whoa. It looks like he's going to... Okay, there's the second Reaper. He's waiting for the Lings because he saw the time in the pool. He knows they're out on the map.
Is he going to try to kill this Queen? No, he's just going to try to out-micro Impact here. It's going to be tough. There are no Lings nearby, though, so he can get a drone kill.
Yeah.
Late on the sport cancel.
Only 2 Lings have been committed to by Impact. And it looks like Impact was waiting for that first Reaper to move out. But what he doesn't know is that there is a third Reaper. Still hasn't moved those Lings, though, from that third base.
Super meta. Well, I guess he didn't see it. Well, no, he did with his Overlords. He should know.
Yeah.
It's actually just going to drop third CC right at the wall.
He's like, hey, hello. Impact, I got a third CC on the way. What are you going to do about it?
That's actually pretty interesting. You know, sometimes I feel like we do see some personality in Maru, like with these moves. This is clearly not a correct strategical choice. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, this just doesn't make any sense. Like,
This
why
is
would you
actually
ever
kind
do
of
this?
like BM. I feel like.
Yeah.
Like it's not a strategic wall off location. It's not a timing you'd want to have a wall there. It's I mean, there is an Overlord in his main base already, and he did go pure Reaper, so maybe that's the reason. But it's still in front of the Overlord's nose, and it's also in a vulnerable spot. I guess
he can make a wall with it.
Yeah,
That's the one thing.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I think it's not a bad choice. At first I was thinking it was because I didn't see the Overlord in the main base, but this is a choice that does make sense. Because he has Reapers out, so he knows no Speedlings are going to run in and like force a cancel on it. He had no Reapers to deny that, or no Marines, sorry, to deny the Overlord Scout.
Just helps him get a faster wall, I suppose.
Yeah.
And adds a little bit of health to that. It's not just going to be a supply depot.
But like, going back to the idea of Maru showing personality, we saw him do a little bit of Manor Mules versus Young Shake in somewhat recent times as well, and it's definitely starting to do a little bit more of that, which I do like to see, because I hate when Maru's just like, no, there's no one in particular I want to face. I am the best in the world, after all.
He's like,
Please don't
well,
put
I got
that
a
in
seed, you know, so I'm here. But anyway.
Of course I was already going to BlizzCon, but like I do want some more money. Oh my goodness, this gets surrounded.
Nice little, you know, you always say it, Wolfie, you should never check into the bush at a watchtower. You should just never do it.
Like, you know,
This is what happens.
my mother always told me never go into a Xel'Naga watchtower on the line of sight blocker if you don't know what's there. You know, most people's mother told them look twice before you cross the street, but I was raised a little bit differently. And I feel like this is something that is still an issue that plagues pro gamers at the highest level still to this day. You always gotta be careful about that. Obviously on this map you don't have much of a choice. You go in through the center of the map unless you want to take the long way, but this will cost you Hellions and Reapers a lot of the time. This Banshee is coming out obviously a little bit delayed with a very quick CC, but with Hellion support, he looks to do some serious damage there at the third base. The Queens are already waiting for him. Transfuse energy pretty low currently.
Yeah, look at the timing on that Spore. He's only making one right now, and it may just be a similar one to the one he did last game in the main. I'm not actually sure where that is.
I'm gonna check.
He's got to be careful. He needs detection with Cloak on the way.
He's in his main base for Banshee positioning, but yeah, that's the only one he has. Yeah. All right. Well, Cloak is nearly done, but it's not ready yet, so he can't commit to this fight. The Queens are now ready with some transfuses, although I take it back, they just dropped a tumor each. So by the time the engagement happens, they will have some energy, which isn't the most important thing, but
I don't think Impact knows these guys are about to have Cloak, because he only got his lair now very, very late. He only made one Spore in his main. He's going to need one of those at his natural, at the front.
Yeah,
for this push.
This late layer is going to cost him big because he has no detection, and he's going to lose all of his Queens here. He's actually just going to let the Hellions eat damage. Now he's going to micro them against the Lings. Banshee's continuing to give support fire here. Goodbye, Queens. Now he's just going to be able to hit this third base and do an insane amount of damage. He doesn't even know there's no Spores at the natural, or he would be sending his Banshees there and splitting them up. But if he kills these Queens, he essentially wins the game.
Yeah, I mean, Impact made 6 Queens, but if you just never have detection, it's not going to matter. Yeah. And his last Queen is about to go down.
And that means he's no injects and no line of defense for these Banshees that can just sit on top of the drones now. They kill a ton of Lings, which is also good. Maru has a wall at home, so the Lings going for a counterattack aren't going to really get turned. He's actually going to go for the kill on the hatch. With no transfuses and no answer for this, I think this is absolutely the best choice. He's absolutely going to get it. The third Banshee's going to join him soon. If he had an armory with that push and turned into Hellbats, the game would have ended, actually. He barely held off. Goodbye, hatch.
Man. It's going to go down. The Spore is in the mineral line. Nice little run by over at the third base of Maru, but I don't think it's going to matter. You can just slip that, drop some mules elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's losing some SCVs, which is a bit frustrating, no doubt. But, I mean, the Spire here is coming up. Baneling Speed is coming up. He's not going to die to a timing push right now, but he's at a terrible economy now. The first few meters he makes are going to be the last ones he's going to be able to have with this terrible gas income that he has with only 4 gases. And Maru is going to be able to hold on to that third base. He's going to have 1/1 upgrades, Stim, Combat Shields, Medevacs. He's actually getting a second factory right now, which is pretty interesting. And look at this, Banshee's Cloak here again in the main. He knows the Queen count is low, and he can just fight them 1v1 if they come in here like 3v2. Just going to target these down. The Overseer was a bit late. 1 Queen pops out just in time, and he is going to be pushed back, but Impact is really struggling.
Bit of a mix-up there with the multitasking of Maru. He loses one, but it's going to be okay. The one thing that Impact does have going for him is those faster 2-2. He's got the faster upgrades here, but he is taking a lot of damage. And like you said before, that gas, it's did he even re-put the drones on that gas? I hope so.
I'm gonna check actually. At the natural, 3-3 in main, 3-3. Oh no, actually in the main he's missing one. Right.
I'm like, that gas just doesn't make sense. He must have not put it back on. He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. And actually he's pulling off right now at his third base. I mean at his natural, sorry. Which is kind of weird. I think he's just really flustered right now.
Yep. Hasn't taken the gases at his third. Kind of interesting. Makes only 5 mutas. They're about to fly into Marines.
Oh god. This is Tilt City, man. We're watching here. He's on tilt hard.
It's tilting me, man.
Yeah. I mean, he played so well in game one that this is just like, clearly he's frustrated. He's not playing at his best. We've seen already better just like minutes ago.
I think, you know, he just won that first game and he got really excited. And obviously some of that excitement, some of those nerves coming into play in this game here. You can see the supplies are getting way out of hand in Maru's favor, 163 to 99.
Yeah. He's got so many Widow Mines in the mix now as well.
Yeah.
2-2 on the way. I mean, yeah, Impact's going to have 2-2 first in just a minute, but he's not going to have the army to back it up. Scan's going down here for Maru at 2 locations. He's so confident with his push. And he is just going to wipe this out. The Overseer doesn't even morph in time. It's morphed in a bad location, along with this Baneling that will actually go down as well. And this is just the end here. We're going to watch Impact try one more time to defend. And look at this, Banshees were left alone even though he has Mutalisk. Oh boy.
Well, he's only got 2, but he would have had 6 if he didn't lose 4.
That's true.
But the follow-up push here is just going to be devastating. He doesn't even need 2-2 at this point.
Yep, he's going to swing the hammer on the nail that is Impact in this game, man. And drive him into game 3. And that'll do it. Gonna have the last engagement here. Gonna push him back into his third base. Cloak Banshee's still alive, still doing damage. Lifts up, pulls back.
You drop back down, and again, the reinforcements on a 3-base economy at this point with 70 SCVs. It's just way too much at this point. 2-2 even finishing up here for Maru. He's already got the +2 attack. And everything is just going to go down here. Impact will lose game number 2. We will go into a tie series here.
Yes, we will. Impact is really holding on. GG. Can't hold out much longer than that. Maru's on your doorstep. He's not selling Girl Scout cookies. He's the persistent salesman that's never going to leave. That was pretty rough. I have to say.
Yeah, I think he just wasn't expecting the Cloak Banshees. We really don't see it that often in this matchup, to be honest. So nice little trickaroo there from Maru, pulling out his TBT build for his EBZ.
I know you were casting with a base taste yesterday over at the GSL stream, but at SSL we had Banshees, a big problem for both Zerg players that played. In fact, Life lost a game to Alive because he did not deal with the Banshees. Snoot had problems with the Banshees in 2 games. The late layers for these Zerg players are biting them right now in the behind, in the rear, man.
And if you notice, the coach goes into that XKT booth with Impact, and it didn't even look like he was talking about the game. He was just talking about getting those nerves under control. He touched his own heart, took a deep breath, touched Impact's heart. He's like, hey, just calm down. You're a really good player. It's obvious to see. I mean, we saw it in game number 1 even. There were some small mistakes, but he was really